YouTube, we're going to dive into muscle building. And I have talked to you all a lot about this. And we've talked about it through the lens of strength training. We've talked about it through the lens of adding more protein in. But what we haven't been highlighting, and why I have Chef Leslie with me to really dive into this, is can you build muscle living a plant-based life? Now, if you're not plant-based, don't run off this video. What I want to do is give you a bigger picture of why certain foods build muscle and what you're looking for in those foods. Let's start. Here's what I want to start with, because we're going to highlight one of the recipes that's in Eat Like a Girl. And I want to start with this is called Chia protein bars. It's amazing. It's in Eat Like a Girl. But I want to start with one of the main ingredients, which you can use to build muscle, which is almond butter. Mm-hmm. So from a chef's perspective, why do you love almond butter?
Because it tastes really good.
So beyond the taste, is it sticky?
Yes,
does it
it's sticky. It helps the bars stick together, and it adds a really nice flavor. I like it. We also put chocolate chips in this recipe, and so it's a nice balance between the almonds and chocolate chips. It's really yummy.
So when I look at almonds, I get confused. Put in the comments if you're one of those people, like sprouted, raw, dry roasted, and then the more you go towards like the sprouted raw, all of a sudden you start to realize the price dramatically goes up. So before I go into the health benefits and why almonds and almond butter can really help with building muscle, can you talk? I love you gave this tip on another video.
Yes, you can sprout your own almonds.
Yeah,
there's no need to pay double the price for a sprouted nut, but you can buy a regular nut and throw it in some water overnight and it's sprouted.
So you don't have to spend that extra money to get the sprouted. And the reason you want sprouted is because it's got more enzymes in it so you can break it down. Mm-hmm. Your digestion can break it down. Now, here's what I want you to know about almond butter. So I did a little bit of research.
Ooh, tell me.
For me, when I'm eating in a day, I'm always looking through a couple of lenses. One is like, is it going to taste good? Of course. The second lens is, does it feed my microbiome? Mm-hmm. And the third is like, how does it just support my overall health? Mm-hmm. And almonds just show up over and over and over again. So check this out. There's one of the things about almonds is they're really high in vitamins and minerals. And if you've been following along on the series we've been doing, there are 24 nutrients that you need to make hormones. And almond butter has vitamin E, magnesium. We love magnesium for progesterone, potassium, and calcium. So these are really important for hormonal production. But because it has fiber, it not just gives you protein, but it gives you the fiber to be able to break that protein down.
Yes.
It's
complete.
It's almost like nature knew what it was doing.
I mean, nature's kind of an expert.
Yeah.
Nature is the expert.
Is the expert. Like, think about that for a moment. An almond already has fiber in it, so it can break it down so it's usable for your body to build muscle with its magical almondness. Okay, but the second
magical almondness.
The other thing I want you to know about it is that research shows that it can boost your metabolism. It is lower on the glycemic index, so it doesn't spike blood sugar. So remember, if it's not spiking blood sugar as high, it's going to allow you to go over into the fasted state better, and that it can improve insulin sensitivity. Now, through your chef lens, I want to ask you a question, because we've been having this conversation on YouTube about how more muscle is in muscle, you have more insulin receptor sites.
Oh,
so
okay.
The reason you want to build muscle is because you can now actually have more places that glucose can be stored, and it doesn't get stored as fat.
Amazing.
Isn't that cool?
The more muscle and less fat I can have, the better.
Right. So things like the Chia protein bars we're about to show you are so packed with these almonds that you are not only building muscle for today, but you're actually making yourself more insulin sensitive for tomorrow.
So awesome.
Outside of this recipe, what are your favorite ways?
And I didn't even know I was doing
that.
Right.
I know.
I just wanted it to taste really good.
Brilliant. So outside of this recipe, which we'll share in a moment, what are some of your favorite ways to use almonds?
Oh my gosh, in all of the ways. Well, I love almonds in my smoothies, and we'll do a smoothie video at some point about how to, instead of buying like almond milk, sprout your own almonds and throw them in and consume the whole almond in your smoothie as opposed to just the milk from them.
I love that.
And then I do almond, like a cheese crumble. I do almond. Yeah, there's so many good almond recipes.
Do you do almond milk? You do almond milk just by itself. Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, I make my own. I make all of my own.
Is that hard to make? Because
no, it's so easy.
Because there's so many chemicals in almond milk.
When I go a lot of them. There are some that are more pure, but this goes back to reading the ingredient label and turning over every single thing that you buy. Because you hear almond milk and you think, oh, it's probably just almonds. But it's rarely just almonds. But there are companies that just do almonds and water. But then the point is, why aren't you making your own? Because it is just almonds and water. Yeah. And so all you need is a good blender, a good high quality blender that'll get those broken down. Yeah. And that's it.
But check this out. Then what she did that's so brilliant in these Chia protein bars is she added dates. And I want to talk about dates for a moment because dates have so many minerals in them. Yeah. And one of the things that I learned over the years, watching so many of you fast, is that so many people are mineral deficient because our soils.
So many.
So tell me why you like using dates.
Well, first of all, it's a great binder in something like this, and it's a great sweetener because it's got a ton of fiber, which helps you break down those sugars. Yep. And again, it's like a nature made a perfect little nugget. Right. And then also with all the minerals, I mean, it contains so many that are really necessary that are more difficult to find, like copper, what we were talking about.
Talk about copper.
Yeah, well, I love dates and copper because it actually helps prevent graying hair. And as we all age, I mean, that's definitely something that, especially us as women, we probably want to avoid, or at least prolong as long as possible. And dates are an excellent way of getting it.
Yeah. And then the minerals, one of the big criticisms, and I don't know if I've even told you this, one of the big criticisms of fasting is, it's going to break muscle down. So in the fasted state, it appears as if it's breaking muscle down, but this is why I'm so passionate about let's make sure that we're putting the right foods in here. So that's the whole premise of Eat Like a Girl, is to help you all understand how to use food as medicine. And we've got to lean into products or to nature's food like dates. Yes. Because we need to get those minerals back in for muscle performance. Mm-hmm. So when we're looking at building muscle, it's not as just simple as like, let me down some protein and then go to the gym and I'm gonna be strong. Like, we can be a lot more strategic about that. Let's make sure we get a variety of protein. Let's make sure that we're getting enough minerals. And then when you're in the fasted state, what you're actually doing is you're cleaning up the muscle so it has more definition because your body's getting rid of all of that extra glucose. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to point that out. But dates are so packed in minerals, and we're not getting enough minerals. But yet we're happy to go run to a mineral supplement.
No need. Just take a date.
Just take a date. Yeah. So, okay, then I want to go into just all nuts as not just protein builders. I want to talk about the fact that nuts and even seeds, I'll go into seeds here in a moment, but there was a really interesting study on nuts that was done on almost 500,000 women. Wow. Which is huge.
Yeah, that's a good study.
Like, you don't find that kind.
Yeah, it's not we talked to 25 people and this is what we found.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And most of them are men. Mm-hmm. So it was 470,000 women that they noticed if they had 1.5 servings of nuts and seeds per day, they saw a 31% reduction in colon cancer. So then I dove into the study and actually found out exactly how many that is. That would be the equivalent, 1.5 servings of nuts would be the equivalent of, I don't think you have to have these all in one day now that I'm thinking about it. 11 whole walnuts.
Easy.
26 cashews.
Easy.
Or 17 macadamia nuts.
Easy.
You pick which one, and that showed a 31% reduction.
Can I make a recipe with all of them?
Please. Yes.
I'm determined. That's awesome.
Yes. Then the last thing, because this video is really focused on muscle building and why I wanted to do this video with Chef Leslie, is that we have to really open our thought process on the fact that it's not just eating meat that helps us build muscle. Nature has provided a lot of things. And when we look at hemp seeds and chia seeds, those two, check this out, are a complete protein. And they actually have all 9 essential amino acids in it. So one of the arguments, you probably don't know this because you live in the plant-based world, but maybe you do, that one of the arguments around going omnivore or plant-based is that plant-based doesn't give you all the essential amino acids.
Right.
So I've been really trying to unpack that. And what I usually tell my plant-based friends is make sure you're taking an amino supplement.
Right.
But we should be getting everything in food.
In my opinion, and I'm not a doctor, I'm a chef, but in my opinion, and I've been studying this a long time, I stopped eating meat when I was 7, there is nothing that your body needs that nature can't provide.
Yeah, that's so well
It
said.
really does. It's just about educating yourself and really studying all of those plants that are out there. And if you don't want to study them all, trust me, we've been studying
we're
all
working
of them.
on getting
And so
the first start is get Eat Like a Girl, because that was our first joint collaboration together. But I hear you on that. Yeah, like we talked about this on another video we did. Like, there's a reason we call it Mother Earth. Like, it cares for us. It has one of the ways that it cares for us is by providing us with foods that are so nourishing to our bodies, especially the female body.
Yes.
So nothing came from the ground that needs to be villainized. In fact, the best thing we can do is not alter it.
Yes.
So,
okay, check this out. I have a free fasting guide for you all. It's free, and it's going to teach you all the basics of fasting. It's going to teach you how to kill hunger when you fast, which is really cool, and it's going to show you how to break your fast, among many other things. All you got to do is click on this link right here and enjoy.
So with that in mind, let's talk about the Chia protein bars. These are in Eat Like a Girl. It's out and available for pre-order right now, or it's already out depending on when you're watching this video. But I can't wait to try these.
I hope you get the book and I hope you enjoy these. Yeah, these are basically my answer to like putting all of the most nutrient dense things into one tight compact bar. It's a great snack on the go.
I love it.
Super high in protein. The ingredients are really, really, really clean on it. It does have the hemp seeds in it, the chia seeds in it, the almond butter in it.
All the amino acids.
Everything we've been talking about. The dates are what bind it together. So it's really a near perfect food. And then of course we added super dark chocolate into it to just give it a little bit of depth and sweetness too.
On the chocolate, we've mentioned this on other videos, but I want to keep saying this because you don't have to deprive yourself to be healthy. I've had so many people, like I think, I don't know if I told you the story, but I actually had a friend who our kids did the same sport together. So you know when you're like hanging out on the sidelines of sports, you get to know the people really well. And after doing several years of traveling together and being in the sideline of the sport, she turned to me one day and she goes, okay, when I first heard how you ate, I was like, well, aren't you depriving yourself? But I've now been with you for a couple of years and I realize that you do not deprive yourself of good food at all.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I love food. And it's just knowing the art of using food to make it medicine. And one of the things about chocolate that I will keep saying is that there's a beautiful study, 40 grams of chocolate, 74% chocolate or higher. So this is the dark, bitter chocolate. And if you did it every day and it was done over 30 days, it lowered anxiety. So if we got to bring chocolate back into the conversation because it really is hormonal medicine if you use it that way.
Absolutely agree.
Okay,
And
ready
it's
to
yummy.
try this now?
No, I think we should wait another 5 to 6
No,
minutes.
I've been waiting. I'm going to grab from this angle. Now, we did have some
Grab
conversation.
from this thing. Oh, geez.
Yeah, but
Okay.
talk about how you keep it firmer because we had a conversation about
Okay, so P.S. I absolutely love your team more than life. These should have been pulsed a little bit longer in the food processor to get those dates creating like a paste so that it would all stick together. I
Okay, but
promise
when you
you
get the
make it,
book-
it'll stick together.
Yeah, when you get the book, also it had to be refrigerated for so long, right? Yeah. When you get the book, remember pulse it so it's really, really
Really fine.
really fine. And then the longer, did you put it in the freezer or?
You put it in the freezer overnight, and then when you pop it out, you can cut them easy, and then you can put them in individual bags, and then they're grab and go.
Amazing, amazing. So good. If you want to know what to break your fast with, I will break it with this because it's so rich in all these nutrients, but it'll stop hunger because of the fat.
Yep.
So, oh my God, so good, so good. Okay, so that was really a nuanced conversation on protein, especially through the lens of plant-based. Put in the comments if that's helpful. I'm a big fan of bringing our omnivore and plant-based friends together in the conversation of health. And what I think we've talked about this a lot is that when we go to build muscle, we think, oh, I just need a T-bone steak. And I'm not saying that that's good or bad. I mean, there's benefits and downsides to both of that. I'm just saying we can't leave plants out of the muscle building conversation. So you just got that conversation, and let me know, put in the notes if that is helpful or in the comments. And yeah, we're really excited to be showing you the art of eating when it comes to nourishing your body, because food is medicine. So hope that helps.
Okay, where are my gals that are struggling with hormonal imbalance? Bloated, feeling like you're not making progress with weight loss? You need to add these foods in so that you can support better hormonal health. There is a lifestyle that estrogen wants you to live, and there is a lifestyle that progesterone wants you to live.